Hello, good morning, and this is the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Ruth Meita. I'd like to welcome you to the show this morning. And as usual, we are streaming from Lagos, Nigeria to West Africa to Africa and the entire world. This is the Good Morning Education Show. And today we will be having a special edition of the show. Apologies for starting late. And we would like to welcome those who are joining us already. If this is your first time, please do let us know your name and where you're streaming from. I would like to thank you for being a part of the show. Today on the show, we have different conversations on the subject matter of the day. Sometimes we pick random topics, sometimes we have no topic. And such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mahmoud Mino, for joining. Thank you for joining us. And would like to also stress that on the Good Morning Education Show, Goodluck Ayadi, thank you for joining as well. On the show, we have experts who share their thoughts, who share their views, who bring up, comment together on the show. We share together on the show. We grow together on the show as well. And today will not be an exception. And so that's why I would like to use the opportunity to welcome you all on the Good Morning Education Show. We sometimes used to spend time to say that the headlines and the news within and around the world of education should not be left untackled, untouched, untreated. And so that's why sometimes we spend time to do justice to the headlines that we find that are prevalent within the sector. We'll be doing that and we'll be having a review of those headlines as we commence the show. And I hope you would be interested in also sharing your views. So feel free to ask questions or send in your message or drop a comment if you would, so that we have that conversation together. Now we're going to be having the first headline. The first headline says University of Ibadan under fire over discrimination against non-first class graduates. University of Ibadan under fire over discrimination of non-first class graduates. Well, it's not news discrimination, especially with regards to qualification of or type of degrees. Even sometimes the school itself and the course of study serves as some measure of discrimination out there in the labor market, in the friendship space, and the likes. And currently, the University of Ibadan is under fire over its decision to allow first class graduates to attend the convocation of the university. And it was gathered that the convocation of the undergraduate degrees holders in the university has been stated for tomorrow, which is today. And the university, in a notice to the graduate students and parents, said that only students who made first class and those who are billed to collect prizes will be allowed to enter the convocation hall. And the university, while congratulating graduating students, insisted that all students are to pay required fees stipulated by the university, whether they have the first class or not. And the Director of Public Communication of the university, Mr. Olatunji Oladejo, in a statement made available to this Daily Post, insisted that the university cannot take the risk of inviting over 7,000 graduates and parents to the institution at this time when coronavirus is still spreading. He added that the institution has decided to allow only first class graduates and those who are billed to collect prizes due to coronavirus. But some of the graduate students who spoke described the decision as discriminatory in nature, especially against those who didn't make first class. Some of those who spoke, regretfully said that the university has asked them to pay all the fees and still asked them to stay back at home. There's so much to be said. And of course, there are differences. I believe that with time, you could also have, you know, you could also have people look at it from different angles, but whichever angle that we're going to look at it from, I think that there's a poor public relation or messaging as regards handling this kind of conversation. Because the truth of the matter is, we don't know how many people made first class in the university, but over 7,000 people to graduate. There should have been a better way to communicate this, with the university and the graduates, as it were. But we hope that as time goes by, there will be some measure of repair where we can easily now find the students feeling more valued. And convocation is not something that it's something that people pride in. And I hope that there will be something done about that. Because convocation is something that it's almost like a family affair. If we were to look at it, it's a family affair. People gather to celebrate. And I know that with the era of technology, um, there are other things that could also have been introduced, even with the fact that we have the convocation. We have the convocation, the different things that could be introduced in this situation. But it's unfortunate, there are many people that, okay, good luck saying, I feel it's unfair to the non-first class graduates, especially after asking them to pay the required fees. Absolutely. Although life is unfair, but I'd like to thank Goodluck for his comment. I believe that the convocation arena could be one that could have multiple venues, just to ensure that um, there's adherence to the COVID protocol. It's possible to have few people in um, selected spaces where they could stream what's going on to them. They could also do like a quota system across faculties. So instead of having just first class graduates, because there might not be some first class in some departments, you could actually have a faculty by faculty, each faculty to be given a quota system of maybe 5 or 10 people. That way, there's some measure of representation and inclusion. But when it's just first class, the outcry can actually be said to be justified. And I think with time, we need to start getting to it. We take decisions, and these decisions are actually it's shared with others before coming with a final blueprint of plan of action. These are many more ways will help us get to the better side of it. And I think on that note, I think we can say we've had enough from the University of Lagos. Yes, we've had a lot to hear from them. We're going to be moving on to another thing now. And um, I'd like to say that our conversation today, this time around, will border on something I call Freestyle Monday. Freestyle Monday simply says that it's an opportunity for you out there to share your thoughts, share your mind, and also what you feel. It's not a topic restricted day. We're going to be having several conversations today. So It's a Freestyle Monday. Anything you would like us to know and you'd like us to share, good luck. You could come up with something. Mahmoud could come up with something. Let's hear your thoughts, you know, with regards to this. So we're waiting. Anyone. Um, I'd like to start while we wait for the others by saying, what's the plan for Christmas? Seems that Christmas is in the air in most countries, and this year, the fear of not having a Christmas day like last year might necessary because a lot of people have started moving around and started traveling. So it wouldn't be a lonely Christmas. So if you have a conversation that you like us to talk about, you like a focus you like us to talk about, please feel free. Last week we were sharing the importance of the book that is coming up. Um, the author Olushola Olumide talking about the power of the mind. We talked about several things about the mind being a powerful tool. We looked at the fact that the mind is something that is intangible, but it's something that we all can leverage on. You know, these and many more things are things that we learned um, last week. And as a freestyle Monday, it'd be nice to find out from people what have they been doing with their mind, what have they been up to, you know, with themselves, in themselves, by themselves. So that's what Freestyle Monday is about. If you have something that you know you want us to talk about, please do not hesitate to ask or raise the question pretty much. It is your show. So feel free to ask as well. So I'm waiting for you. All right. Since we don't have any requests today, well, let me take a moment to talk about um, service. And service delivery is something that um, just to share with you about us. Okay. Um, good luck saying effective teaching of mathematics and effective learning of mathematics. Okay, that's a good one. Um, if there are questions, it would be nice for you to bring up the questions. But let's just start by analyzing what Goodluck Ayadi said. Effective teaching of mathematics and of course effective learning of mathematics said age issue of math being a problem to students. The teaching experience, the learning experience of mathematics has always been a question that we've put across. So many people that demonstrate subject mastery of math have not been able to translate that mastery in such a way that students can find math appealing. It looks like maths is so abstract. And I believe that if we're going to talk about effective teaching of maths, we have to think of now integration missing in maths, integration into real life, integration of arts, integration of a lot of substances, you know, so that people can easily identify with the concept and the principles therein to be able to have a firm grasp of what it is. I think that math can be one of the best subjects a student will ever learn if also the teachers make this subject come alive, And why we don't find this happening is because sometimes there is the question of resourcefulness, there's the question of resources, there's a question of readiness. So our math teachers do not show enough readiness. They're either cast in a mold to deliver the demands of the subject based on the hours and the lesson plan structured. But it's as if that there is a there's a where people do not feel connected to the subject are connected to their students. So math needs readiness from the teacher. The timing, the approach, the methodology must show that there is readiness to teach and teach effectively. But then beyond readiness, we need to talk about the resources. What are the resources being used to teach math? The resources being used are a factor. I know of a particular individual who she does sure she creates a crusade towards getting teaching math to be much more effective and getting students to love math. In fact, she has effect portion of mathematics. We call her Moyo the Life Matician, and she has a platform called Be a Life Matics, bringing life out of maths, turning maths into something real, informative in nature, fun. Learning should be fun, and math itself, learning math should be also fun, because it's a foundational subject. So the resources must be available, and ultimately the resourcefulness of the teachers. I think some more resourcefulness. They might need to stir themselves to be more resourceful when it comes to the teaching of math. You can actually use anything to bring math to life. And math does not always have to be with the board, the laptop, the projector, and the class. Math is everywhere. You can teach math going into the mall, into the supermarket. You can teach math under the tree, under the shade. You can teach math in the swimming pool. You can teach math on the field, just so that people begin to feel connected in a way where they see that, oh, this is not just a hard subject, this is a life subject. They see it as real. When you're teaching someone what half means, you imagine you bring an orange, or an apple, and then you get a knife and you ask them, what happens when I cut this apple in half? This is what it means to have equal half. You look at it with not abstract, not just saying one and a half. What is one and a half? You have a whole apple, you have an half of an apple, that is one and a half. You can use songs to demonstrate your resourcefulness in teaching. You can use songs to demonstrate formulas. You can use a rap. You can use, so many things. You can see that everybody knows how to identify the sun. The sun can be used to describe some shapes. You understand? The school bus can be used to describe shape. The tire of the school bus can be used to describe shape. The door to the classroom, the windows, so that it's a bit more alive to the children, especially from the early years. I believe that when we start early, the perception of these things will be changed. All right. So Goodluck saying one of the major missing links in effective teaching and learning of mathematics is lack of full implementation of problem solving strategies as identified by a great mathematician's name. Yeah, Polly. All right, fantastic. That's also a good one. Problem solving strategy. But if you look at it, if you want to solve problems, you also find out that thinking is involved in solving problems. But beyond that, labeling and identification is also important. And how do we identify? We learn to get people to understand this concept by bringing these things to life, by making these things move from abstract to real. That's how in nature. And I believe as people listen today, and as math teachers listen today or watch the replay, they can easily begin to see where they need to improve. I've seen a lot of people, not just in mathematics, I've seen a lot of people bring terms because of their ability to relate the subjects, to make it relatable, to use unconventional means and methods to still drive home same concept. Unconventional method driving same concept. This is this is very important for us to make happen, right? So that's that of mathematics. I don't know if Goodluck still has other things to say. Okay, so I'm trying to see if we have any other comment. All right. So I think we've been able to treat the issue of math. I think that also training and retraining is important. Mentoring is important for those who've been able to demonstrate effectiveness in their teaching. They need to take others on and build that effectiveness across. Um, Goodluck is saying there are more than 10 problem solving strategies in mathematics that learners can choose from to make mathematics very sequential and easily understandable. I'm excited by what Goodluck is sharing with us. And that's the idea of Freestyle Monday. You take the seat, we watch, and we listen. So I'm interested in seeing these 10 um, problem solving strategies um, as stated by Goodluck. So as we're watching out, we're looking forward to seeing those 10 strategies from Goodluck. So Goodluck, we're waiting. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. Okay. While we wait for Goodluck, we are hopeful and we believe that we'll be able to find um, we'll be able to find increasing methods and methodologies to making the subject real and relatable as proposed. But then, of course, like I said, some of these things, some people have discovered it, and it'd be nice for there to be shared expertise for these things to spread and become a general thing that we all appreciate. In one, I'm not sure. So I believe that we're all following and we're seeing why it's important that we learn from each other. Um, And interestingly, today on Freestyle Monday, we've been able to get feedback from one of us on our tribe members. Let's see there's a need for us to navigate the issue of effectiveness in teaching of mathematics and effective learning of mathematics. Math can be fun, should not be dreaded the way we've been having people dread it. I think that the teachers must make it a bit more relatable and not abstract, and that students must be nurtured towards the love of mathematics. The teachers must also make extra effort to bond and connect with their students while they teach. And then from there, we take it a lot further from just teaching, to learning. The learning experience must be one that is relatable. It must provide room for questions, you know, and then, of course, when we are able to provide room for questioning, we're able to make answers happen. So we are hoping that Goodluck would share some, if not all, the 10 strategies he mentioned in his comments, and so that we can actually, read it out to everyone who is watching today and who will watch much later, so that we can bring the session to a close. So, good luck. Are you there? If you're there, do let us know so that we know what to do before we move on next. Okay, good luck is here. Let's have a very short break and we will be right back. A very short break and we will be right back. Okay, so thank you and welcome back to the Good One Education Show. Still on the show, we're hearing, um, we're talking about Freestyle Monday, and one of our tribe members has been able to share with us effective teaching of mathematics and effective learning of mathematics as a topic we should focus on. And he has gone on further to share with us 10 strategies. The first one says working backward. That's a very practical way and the problem solving strategy in mathematics. Number two is finding a pattern. That there's a need for us to help people understand that when you find a pattern, it's a problem solving strategy in mathematics. Number three is adopting a different point of view, which of course still is under critical thinking. So we're not thinking in just one way, we're thinking in other ways. What other ways could this be? What could this mean? And then the fourth one is solving a simpler analogous problem. That specification without loss of generality, you know. And then number five is considering extreme cases. Yes, extreme cases are things that probably might come into people's blind spots. And then the sixth one says making a drawing. That's a visual representation, which is through diagrams. It helps you to also see things better. Intelligent guessing and testing. That's including approximation, you know. And number eight says accounting for all possibilities. That's exhaustive listing, where you are thinking about if there's anything left. Number nine is organizing data. Organizing data. That's a very good one. Organizing data. And finally, the last but not the least, logical reasoning. Logical reasoning. So all these 10 have been shared with us today, and I believe that someone out there will use this to their advantage and learn from this, glean from this. I'd like to say thank you, Goodluck, for giving us this opportunity, for sharing your thoughts with us and sharing this with us and with many people out there. And we wish that people will get to use this effectively so that we get to begin to have better learning outcomes, better learning experiences, better mastery of the subject called mathematics. This is all we'll be able to take today, and we believe that we'll also have the opportunity to come your way tomorrow. And until then, make sure you stay safe, stay good, be good, and do good. This is the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Ruth Meta, and I'm signing out by saying it's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show. Thank you. Bye.